Pledge of allegiance together.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening and welcome. A few items to mention: if everyone can silence cell phones, watches, etc. Our meetings are public and recorded. This is a business meeting, so we ask everyone to conduct themselves in a professional manner. Our city code allows public comment for up to 3 minutes. And for best sound quality, please lean into these microphones to speak. So I will call the meeting to order at 6 p.m. and we'll kick off with roll call.
Councilmember Parsons.
Here.
Councilmember Gabbard.
Here.
Councilmember Mueller.
Here.
Councilmember Honagle is absent. Councilmember Demond.
Here.
Councilmember Newboy.
Here.
Councilmember Dojan is absent. And Councilmember Peel.
Here.
Okay, Councilmember Dojan is actually would like to participate remotely this evening and meets the criteria of our ordinance. Does anyone have any objection for Alderman Dojan to participate remotely? Hearing no objections, we will allow Alderman Dojan into the meeting at 6:01 p.m. Kyle, can you hear us?
I am present.
All right, this will work. All righty, first up, motion. I will call for a motion to approve the financial statements that are found in your packets.
Make a motion to approve the financial statements as reported.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on that? Roll call voting. This starts with Parsons.
Hey. 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 Hey.
Hey,
Okay, motion carries. Thank you, Kyle. We heard you. Next up, I'll call for a motion to approve the estimated and listed bills that you find in your packets.
No.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on that. Any further discussion? Roll call voting starts with Ebert.
Hey. 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 Hey.
hey,
Hey. Hey.
Okay, motion carries. Are there any other bills to be considered this evening from any of the leadership team? Anyone? Okay. Correspondence, public and guest comments. Okay, we will shift into the consent agenda and I will run through that. We have the following. Item A, approval of hearing minutes from May 4th and city council minutes May 4th and special city council minutes May 7th. Approval to move forward with ITEP grant proposal for sidewalks from Field Drive to Country Club Drive, Stephen Drive project. C, approval of bronze scholarship of $500 for the 2026 Global Aerospace Summit in O'Fallon, August 19th and 20th. D, authorize approval of a 6-month mortgage extension for Ron construction loan until December 11th of this year. E, approval to apply for St. Clement Community Foundation grant application. F, approval of 4Es training for officers Reinhardt and Stelhorn, June 15 and 16 in Edwardsville, not to exceed 80. G, approval of Randolph County Humane Society to collect at the 4-way stop on October 16th and 17th. That's from 2 to 6 and 8 to 12. H, approval of St. Peter UCC to close a portion of Randolph Street on June 7th for a barbecue. I, approval of Tulane's request to close a portion of West South First Street and use city's parking lot for celebration from noon to midnight on June 13th. J, approval of Woody's Municipal Supply Company proposal for a coil reel trailer not to exceed $30,000. K, approval of Mid-American Technology Inc. proposal for locator not to exceed $6,500. L, approval of Allen Trench Safety Court proposal for trench box not to exceed $7,300. M, approval of camper exchange proposal for trench box trailer not to exceed $5,600. N, approval of ICC pipeline safety conference training for Steve Marks and Clint Crafton on October 7 and 8 in Springfield, not to exceed $600 each. O, approval of San Ron Midwest contracting bid for 2026 overlay project bid for $374,042.90. P, approval of Claude Easter's resignation as parks laborer. Q, approval of bulk FY27 select line items, and that was for recreational facilities. R, approval of Musket Athletic Club's request to reserve basketball courts at Lincoln Park for 3-on-3 basketball tournament on June 27th of this year. Does anyone want any of those items pulled out to be discussed separately? Okay, hearing that, none, I would entertain a motion for the entire consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on that? Roll call voting starts with Mueller.
Hey.
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 Hey,
Hey. Hey. Hey.
Okay, motion carries. Now we will shift into reports. We'll kick off with finance.
Nothing to report this time, then.
Okay. Next up, personnel, looks like there's nothing on that.
Nope.
Okay, then we will shift to public health and safety, and I'll take that one. I would call for a motion to approve an increase in our drone purchase from 22,000 to not exceed 25,000.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on that? And just a notation that is covered with a donation, so. Okay, so we had our motion second, so let's see, voting starts with John.
Hey.
Hey.
hey,
Hey. Hey. Hey.
Hey.
Okay, motion carries. That is all for public health, cultural.
The only thing I'd like to call attention that we are 89 days to the America 250 celebration, so
Okay,
other than that, nothing.
thank you. We are up to public works now. Kurt, I'll let you run with that.
First item is approval of New West construction proposal for the new storage building at Berkeley Utility Plant. I'd like to make that motion.
Second.
Okay, we have motion and second to approve the new wide construction proposal for new storage building. Any further discussion on that?
Just one comment, Mayor. I know there was some question as to whether I am involved with Eagle Construction, and I am not any longer at this point. Brandon and Sarah have full ownership of the business. My name is on the business, and that's it.
Okay, thank you for that clarification. Any other questions on that? Roll call voting ironically starts with Leroy.
Hey.
hey,
Hey. Hey.
Hey,
Hey.
Hey.
Okay, motion carries.
next item is a recommendation to end Travis Church 6-month probationary period. I'd like to make that motion.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to end Travis Crick's 6-month probationary period. Any further discussion on that? Roll call voting with Dojon.
Hey. Hey.
Hey,
Hey.
Hey. Hey.
Motion carries.
next item is a recommendation for the labor's position. That is the current rate pay of $23.65, starting pay of $23.15. Yeah.
Yes, it's just, yeah, this is what we've been doing with the labor's position as part of what we had talked about with our succession planning. We were starting them 50 cents lower than the full pay rate during their probationary period. And then upon council approval of their probationary period ending, we would then move them up to the full pay rate. And then again, obviously this wouldn't fall on now, but they would be, if there was any additional pay increases, obviously that position would remain eligible for those. I would recommend to hire Caleb Behringer with pay and step increases as presented pending pre-employment physical and drug tests.
I'd like to make that motion.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to hire Kayla Behringer as our laborer at a rate of $23.15 with pay and step increases as presented pending pre-employment physical and drug testing. Any further discussion on that?
Mayor, I just noticed for the notes, Joanne, if you would please note that the spelling is incorrect, that I didn't realize I had an extra A in there, Barringer, just for the notes, please.
Anything else on that? Got a motion in our second, right?
Yes.
Okay. So voting, we'll start with Beal.
Hey. Hey.
Hey,
Hey.
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 hey,
Motion carries.
next item is a recommendation for a part-time meter reader position. Looks like we want to hire Jeremy Voss at a rate of $18.59 for a part-time meter reader. I'll go ahead and make that a motion.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to hire a part-time meter reader. That would be Jeremy Voss at a rate of $18.59 pending physical and drug testing. Any further discussion on that? Okay, let's see. Voting starts with Parsons.
Hey.
Hey,
Hey.
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 hey,
Hey.
that is all.
Okay, thank you. Next up is zoning committee.
Thank you, Mayor. The only thing I have is the city hall work, phase 2 acceptance bid. I would like to make a motion, we accept masonry restoration for tuck pointing at the city hall.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to accept the city hall work phase 2 acceptance of bid And Jeff, that would be for Mason's masonry restoration, right? Okay, and just so we have some numbers, the base bid was 141,26. And then the alternate one was 17,980. I think that's what you had in your Friday update.
I recommend we do both.
Okay,
It came in well under the architects.
okay, just to clarify that, so. Okay, any other questions?
Yeah, who was a little better?
Masons.
Okay, any other questions on that? If not, we can start roll call voting with Hebert.
Hey,
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 Okay.
hey,
Okay, motion carries. I think Joe John did vote. Alrighty, anything else from zoning?
Nothing, Mayor.
Okay, recreational facilities, Kyle, is there anything?
nothing, Mayor.
Okay, I don't think there's anything from executive session minutes review, so we can move on to planning commission.
Thank you, Mayor. We had two hearings this past month. First one is for Ron Restaurants Concepts, LLC, for a special use permit to sell alcohol at the new building over here at the Old Susie's. I would like to make a motion for that we pass ordinance number 1582.
second,
Okay, we have a motion and a second on ordinance 1582 for Ron Restaurant Concepts to special use permit to sell alcohol at 129 East Market Street and 133 East Market Street. Any further discussion on that? Hearing none, we will kick off voting with Mueller.
hey,
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 Hey.
hey,
hey,
Motion carries.
Okay, and then the second one, was for a variance to reduce setbacks from 10 foot to 5 foot at 1106 Flint Street. I would like to make a motion that we accept that ordinance number 1583.
second,
Okay, we have a motion and a second for ordinance 1583, the Weininger, I can't say your name. Weininger variance to reduce setbacks from 10 to 5 feet at 1106 Flint Street. Any further discussions on that? Okay, then roll call voting starts with Demond.
hey,
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 Okay.
hey,
hey,
Okay, motion carries. So congrats, guys, you have your variance.
Thank you.
Okay, anything else from planning commission?
Nothing.
Okay, economic development commission, anything to report, Rodney?
no report.
Okay, and then Kyle, we're up to Parks and Recreation Committee.
nothing to report.
Okay, and there are minutes in your packet of their May 6th meeting, so. Okay, off to old business, which is nothing. So new business, review of June calendar. John, you'll be testing sirens tomorrow morning around 10. Parks and Rec will meet on Wednesday. Library board meets on the 11th. We're back here on the 15th for committee meetings. 16th, planning commission. Jeff, we definitely have planning on the 16th, or did that get moved?
It gets moved to the 9th.
Okay,
So,
planning got moved to the 9th. If you can please make that adjustment on your calendars. Then Rodney, the 24th, you think you would be having economic development?
Planning, yes,
Okay, plan on an economic development on the 24th, and then mark your calendars for the fireman's picnic, the 26th, 27th, and 28th, with a parade on the 28th. Any other adjustments or notations for the calendar? Okay. Any other comments for the evening?
Yes, please, Mayor, I'd just like to make a note that the main bathrooms at Last Park are currently out of order. We've had some faucets spraying water, it's cracked, so we got some parts on order. The other bathrooms are open, just want to make that note that the main bathrooms are currently out of order, and as soon as we get those parts in and put in, we will get them open back up.
Okay, so they could alternately use the bathrooms by the splash pad or on the north end.
Correct.
What, the half circle drive, whatever you call that, so, okay, wonderful. Any other announcements?
Yes, I have received two thank yous for the council. One is from the Megadis Center, from the Randolph County CEO program. They're thanking us for being a sponsor to their program. The other is a thank you note from the Redbud Masonic Lodge number 427. They were thanking the city for allowing them to participate in the 8th grade field trip, and displaying their relics to the students. So they appreciated the invitation.
Any other comments to wrap up the evening?
add to that, the gentleman that took part in that day was very excited and hopefully they can do something like that again. So.
Any other comments? If not, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries, we stand adjourned at 6:40.